Dreams are more than just fleeting thoughts or pleasant fantasies. They are the blueprints for the life you want to create. They serve as the foundation upon which every achievement, every success, and every breakthrough is built. But here's the crucial point. Dreams don't just materialize out of thin air. They require your focused attention, your belief, and your consistent effort to bring them into reality. When you look at your dreams through this lens, you realize that they are alive. They grow and evolve based on how much energy you give them. Most people treat dreams like distant stars, beautiful to gaze at, but far beyond reach. They admire them from a distance, but never take the necessary steps to move toward them. The problem isn't the dream itself, it's the lack of focused action. Dreams need more than wishful thinking. They need your undivided attention. They need you to carve out time in your busy life to think about them, plan for them, and work on them every single day. Without this focus, dreams remain just ideas floating in your mind. Think about it this way: when a gardener wants a plant to grow, they don't just scatter seeds and walk away. They water it, give it sunlight, remove the weeds that try to choke it out, and nurture it with care. In the same way, your dreams need nurturing. Your focused attention acts as the water and sunlight. They provide the nourishment necessary for your dreams to take root and flourish. Focused attention means you make your dreams a priority. It means you don't just dream about them at night or when you have free time. It means you bring them into your daily conversations, your planning, your goal setting, and your decision making. It means you keep your dreams visible. Write them down, create vision boards, talk about them with people who support you, and remind yourself why they matter. The more you focus on your dreams, the more your brain works on solving the problems that stand in the way. It's like giving your mind a clear target to aim for, instead of leaving it scattered and distracted. But focus isn't always easy. The world around you is filled with distractions, competing demands, and noise. It's easy to get pulled away from what truly matters by urgent tasks that seem important but don't move you toward your dreams. This is why focus requires discipline. It's the deliberate choice to keep your eyes on your dreams, even when other things scream for your attention. The discipline to say no to what doesn't serve your vision is just as important as saying yes to the opportunities that do. Another important aspect of focusing on your dreams is understanding that growth is a process. Dreams don't come to life overnight. They grow as you grow. The more attention you give your dreams, the more they clarify. Your initial idea might be vague or incomplete, but as you focus, it becomes sharper and more detailed. Your goals become clearer, your steps become more defined, and your confidence builds. This is why journaling your progress and reflecting on your journey are powerful tools. They help keep your focus sharp and your motivation high. When you truly focus on your dreams, you begin to notice opportunities that you might have missed before. Doors open, people appear, ideas come to you, all because your mind is tuned into your vision. This is not magic. It's the natural result of attention and intention. The universe responds to where you place your energy. When your dreams command your focus, you start to align your actions, habits, and relationships to support them. One final thought: focus on your dreams isn't just about achieving external success. It's about becoming the person who can live that success. Your dreams call you to grow, to develop new skills, to face challenges, and to stretch beyond your comfort zone. The process of focusing on your dreams transforms you from the inside out. It shapes your character, your discipline, your mindset, and your resilience. And it's this personal growth that makes the achievement of your dreams not only possible, but sustainable. In essence, Focusing on your dreams means you are giving them the attention and energy they deserve. You are watering the seeds of your future, protecting them from distractions and nurturing them with disciplined effort. And when you do that, your dreams stop being distant stars and start becoming the milestones of your reality. In life, success and reward don't come just from putting in time or effort. They come from the value you bring. This is a fundamental truth that many people overlook. And it's often the reason why hard work doesn't always lead to the results you expect. You can work 80 hours a week and still struggle if what you're offering isn't valuable enough. Conversely, someone who brings great value can achieve more with less effort because they've aligned themselves with what people truly need and want. The marketplace, whether it's your job, your business, or even your relationships, operates on value. It's a simple principle. Value creates opportunity. Value is the difference between being busy and being productive. You might be busy running errands, answering emails, or attending meetings. But if those activities don't increase your value, they won't move you closer to your goals. The key is to focus on what actually adds value, whether that's solving problems, creating something useful, providing excellent service, or developing a skill that others recognize as rare and needed. When you increase your value, you increase your leverage. People are willing to pay more for your time, trust you with bigger responsibilities, and invite you into new opportunities. This is why so many people who struggle financially or professionally don't need to work harder. They need to work smarter. They need to work on increasing their value. Think about the skills, knowledge, and qualities that make someone valuable. It might be technical expertise, communication skills, leadership, creativity, or the ability to solve complex problems. The more of these you develop, the more indispensable you become. And being indispensable means you're no longer competing solely on price or availability. You're competing on quality and uniqueness. Value also isn't static. It changes as the world changes. What was valuable 10 years ago might not hold the same weight today. This means that continuous improvement is essential. To stay valuable, you must keep learning, adapting, and growing. Those who rest on their laurels will find their value diminishing as others step up. The economy, technology, and customer needs are always evolving, so your value must evolve too. This mindset of lifelong growth keeps you relevant and competitive. Another important aspect is that value is not just about what you know, but how you apply it. Knowledge alone doesn't create wealth or success. It's the ability to apply that knowledge effectively to produce results. This means focusing on practical skills, execution, and follow through. People want results, not just ideas. So, when you focus on increasing your value, focus on developing skills that lead to tangible outcomes. Deliver results consistently, and your reputation as a valuable person will grow. Bringing value is also about mindset. It's about shifting from a "what's in it for me" attitude to "how can I serve others better?" When you focus on how you can add value to the lives of others, whether customers, colleagues, or your community, you position yourself as a giver, a problem solver, and a leader. This attracts opportunities, partnerships, and rewards because people naturally want to work with and support those who contribute positively. It's worth noting that increasing your value often requires stepping outside your comfort zone. It might mean taking on challenges that intimidate you, investing time and money into education or mentorship, or making sacrifices today for bigger gains tomorrow. But that's the price of value. The more willing you are to invest in yourself and stretch your capabilities, the more value you'll bring, and the greater your rewards will be. Finally, understand that value is cumulative. Small improvements compound over time. You don't have to be perfect overnight. The daily commitment to increase your value, even in small ways, adds up to a powerful transformation. Like interest in a bank account, your value grows exponentially as you consistently build your skills, experience, and reputation. In short, the world pays for value, not just effort or time. The more value you bring, the more opportunities and rewards will flow to you. Focus on becoming someone who consistently delivers excellence, solves problems, and adapts to change. When you do this, wealth, success, and fulfillment become natural byproducts of your journey. Increasing your value is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong commitment to growth and self-investment. It's about understanding that you are your greatest asset and the returns you get in life, whether financial, personal, or professional, are directly tied to how much you invest in yourself. Too many people wait for opportunities to come knocking, hoping that luck or circumstance will change their situation. But the truth is, the power to change your life lies squarely in your own hands. Through the deliberate choice to enhance your skills, knowledge, and mindset every single day. When you talk about investing in yourself, it goes beyond just formal education or training courses. While those are valuable, self-investment is also about adopting habits that build your character and competence. It's about reading books that challenge your thinking, surrounding yourself with people who inspire and elevate you, and practicing disciplines that improve your focus, health, and emotional resilience. This kind of investment pays dividends that no market crash or economic downturn can erase, because it builds a foundation inside of you that is unshakable. Consider this: a machine's value depends on how well it's maintained and upgraded. The same applies to you. If you neglect your personal development, your skills become outdated, your energy wanes, and your confidence diminishes. But if you commit to growing yourself, learning new technologies, improving your communication, developing leadership abilities, you remain relevant and competitive. In fact, you become someone who can adapt to change rather than be overwhelmed by it. Self-investment also means understanding your weaknesses and actively working to turn them into strengths. No one is born perfect, and the road to greatness is paved with consistent effort to improve where you fall short. When you take ownership of your personal growth, you stop blaming external circumstances and start creating solutions. This mindset shift alone can propel you forward in ways you never imagined. Another critical component of increasing your value through self-investment is setting clear, specific goals for your growth. Without goals, your efforts can become scattered and ineffective. When you identify exactly what skills or knowledge you need to develop, you can create a plan of action and measure your progress. Whether it's mastering a new software, improving your public speaking, or learning financial literacy, having a roadmap keeps your investment focused and purposeful. Financially, investing in yourself might mean spending money on courses, mentors, or experiences that expand your horizons. But it also means investing time, which is often the more precious resource. Allocating time each day for reading, practicing, or reflecting on your goals compounds into significant growth over months and years. Remember, the key is consistency. Even small daily investments in yourself add up to big returns. An often overlooked aspect of self-investment is nurturing your emotional and mental health. High value isn't just about knowledge or skills. It's also about emotional intelligence, resilience, and attitude. When you develop a positive mindset, manage stress effectively, and build strong relationships, you increase your influence and capacity to lead. People want to work with those who inspire confidence, kindness, and stability. This inner growth enhances your external value. Surrounding yourself with the right environment, is another powerful way to increase your value. The people you spend the most time with influence your thinking, habits, and motivation. When you invest in relationships with mentors, peers, and communities that push you to excel, you create a support system that fosters growth. On the flip side, negative or complacent environments can drag you down and limit your potential. It's also important to track your progress and celebrate milestones. Self-investment can sometimes feel like a slow, uphill climb, and it's easy to lose motivation. But by acknowledging your improvements and successes, no matter how small, you reinforce positive habits and keep your momentum going. Ultimately, increasing your value through self-investment is the single most effective way to unlock new opportunities and elevate your life. It's the difference between being stuck in a rut and breaking through to new levels of success. When you prioritize your growth, you send a clear message to the world that you are serious about your future. This commitment not only opens doors, but also prepares you to walk confidently through them. In the end, your value is the currency that determines your worth in the marketplace of life. By investing in yourself consistently, you ensure that this currency appreciates, giving you the power to create the life you desire and deserve. Focus is the bridge that connects your dreams to reality, but it doesn't come easily in a world full of distractions and competing demands. Discipline is the backbone of this focus. It's the ability to say no when distractions scream for your attention and to say yes to the activities that push you closer to your goals. Discipline isn't about harsh self-flagellation or rigid rules. It's about making deliberate choices that align with your vision. It's about building habits that protect your focus and direct your energy toward what truly matters. When you understand the power of focus, you realize that it requires more than just motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Some days you wake up fired up, and other days you barely have the strength to get started. Discipline carries you through those low moments. It's the consistency of action regardless of how you feel that creates momentum. Without discipline, your dreams remain wishful thinking, and your goals remain scribbles on a notepad. Saying no to distractions is a skill that must be cultivated. In today's digital age, distractions come in the form of social media, endless notifications, television, and a constant stream of information that competes for your attention. Each distraction pulls you away from your focus and chips away at your productivity. Discipline is the ability to recognize these interruptions and choose to resist them. It's about setting boundaries, turning off your phone during work periods, scheduling focused time blocks, and creating an environment that supports deep work. Prioritization is another critical part of focus and discipline. Not all tasks are created equal. Some move you toward your dreams, while others keep you busy but stagnant. Learning to identify and prioritize high-value activities is essential. This means understanding what's urgent versus what's important, and often focusing on the important tasks that yield long-term results rather than getting lost in the busy work. When you master prioritization, you ensure that your time is spent on things that increase your value and progress. Focus also demands that you eliminate or minimize multitasking. While it may seem efficient to juggle several tasks at once, studies show that multitasking reduces the quality of work and increases the time it takes to complete tasks. Discipline means giving your full attention to one task at a time, doing it well, and then moving on. This single-minded focus increases effectiveness and leads to higher quality outcomes. Another dimension of discipline is routine. Establishing daily habits that support your goals automates your focus. When you create a schedule that includes dedicated time for learning, working on projects, networking, or self-care, You reduce decision fatigue and make it easier to stay on track. Routine creates a rhythm that keeps your dreams moving forward even on days when motivation wanes. It's also important to recognize that discipline isn't about perfection. It's about progress and persistence. You will have days when distractions win or when you fall off track. What matters is that you get back up and recommit. Over time, this resilience strengthens your discipline muscle, making it easier to maintain focus in the future. Focus backed by discipline also sharpens your ability to say no to people pleasing or overcommitting. Often, we spread ourselves too thin trying to satisfy everyone, which dilutes our energy and distracts us from our priorities. Discipline teaches you to protect your time and energy, to be selective with your commitments, and to communicate boundaries clearly. This is not selfishness, it's stewardship of your most valuable resource, your attention. In addition, focus and discipline feed on clarity. When your goals and purpose are crystal clear, it's easier to maintain discipline because you understand why the sacrifice and effort are necessary. Clarity creates motivation that fuels discipline. When your purpose is strong, saying no to distractions isn't a burden. It's a choice you make with confidence because you know what you're working toward. Lastly, discipline is a form of respect. Respect for your time, your dreams, and yourself. When you commit to focused action and protect your attention, you honor the value of your potential. This respect fosters self-esteem and confidence, which in turn reinforce your ability to stay disciplined. In sum, focus requires discipline because without it, your attention will scatter and your efforts will be diluted. Discipline helps you say no to distractions, prioritize effectively, build routines, and persist through challenges. It's the daily practice of making choices that align with your dreams, protecting your energy, and respecting your potential. When you cultivate this kind of disciplined focus, your dreams don't remain distant. They become the reality you live each day. Action is the fuel that powers the journey from dreaming to doing. You can have the clearest vision and the strongest purpose, but without decisive action, those dreams remain invisible and unrealized. It's the doing, the consistent, purposeful steps that transform ideas into results and potential into performance. Many people fall into the trap of planning, overthinking, or waiting for the perfect moment to start. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. Action, even imperfect action, is what propels you forward. Taking action means embracing uncertainty and risk. When you step out and act, you expose yourself to the possibility of failure, criticism, and setbacks. But those who succeed understand that failure is not the enemy, it's a teacher. Each step you take, even if it stumbles, provides valuable feedback. It teaches you what works, what doesn't, and how to adjust your course. This willingness to act despite fear or doubt separates those who achieve from those who merely wish. One of the biggest reasons people don't take action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But remember this, fear is often a sign that you are moving in the right direction. When you're comfortable, you're not growing. Action pushes you beyond comfort zones and into growth zones. The more you act, the more you build courage and momentum. Action creates confidence. It's a cycle. Action leads to progress. Progress builds confidence, and confidence fuels more action. Consistency is crucial in action taking. Sporadic bursts of energy, followed by long periods of inactivity, won't lead to sustained success. It's the daily, persistent efforts, the small steps taken over time, that compound into extraordinary results. This is why setting routines and habits that support your goals is so important. When action becomes habitual, you eliminate the need for constant motivation and decision making, making it easier to stay on track. Action also requires focus and priority. Not all actions are created equal, and busy work can disguise itself as productive activity. The key is to ensure that your actions are aligned with your goals and purpose. This means focusing on high leverage activities, those tasks that have the greatest impact on your progress. Learning to say no to low value distractions and yes to meaningful actions is essential for maximizing your efforts. Taking action means being accountable to yourself and others. Accountability provides a powerful external force that drives commitment. When you share your goals with a mentor, coach, or accountability partner, you create a support system that encourages follow through. Accountability helps you overcome procrastination and excuses because you're no longer working in isolation. Another aspect of action is adaptability. No plan survives first contact with reality unchanged. As you take action, you learn, adjust, and pivot. This agility is vital for overcoming obstacles and seizing new opportunities. Taking action is not about rigidly sticking to a plan, but about being responsive and flexible while keeping your eyes on the end goal. Action also creates momentum. The first step is often the hardest because it requires overcoming inertia. But once you start moving, it's easier to keep going. Momentum builds energy, enthusiasm, and confidence. It makes you visible to others and attracts resources, support, and opportunities. People are drawn to those who are actively doing because action demonstrates commitment and capability. It's important to celebrate the small wins that come from action. Every completed task, every milestone reached, is proof that progress is being made. Celebrating these wins reinforces your motivation and discipline, reminding you that your efforts are paying off. It creates a positive feedback loop that encourages continued action. Action is also about courage. The courage to step into the unknown, to make mistakes, and to keep going despite challenges. This courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Courageous action builds resilience and grit, qualities that are essential for long-term success. Ultimately, the bridge between where you are and where you want to be is built by action. Dreams and goals are maps, but action is the journey. Without action, your plans are just good intentions, and your potential remains dormant. The world rewards those who do, who take the initiative, and who refuse to wait for perfect conditions. When you commit to consistent, focused, courageous action, you harness the power to create the life you envision and deserve. Patience and persistence are the quiet, often overlooked heroes in the journey towards success. In a world obsessed with instant results, fast fixes, and overnight breakthroughs, the virtues of patience and persistence are more valuable than ever. They form the foundation on which lasting success is built because meaningful achievements rarely happen overnight. The truth is, the path to your dreams will be filled with obstacles, setbacks, and delays. Without patience and persistence, many give up just before the breakthrough moment arrives. Patience means understanding that growth and progress take time. It's the ability to stay calm and composed when results are slow or invisible. Patience is not passivity, it's active endurance. It requires faith in your vision and trust in the process, even when the fruits of your labor are not immediately apparent. This mindset allows you to keep moving forward steadily, rather than becoming discouraged or giving up prematurely. When you cultivate patience, you learn to see challenges not as failures, but as necessary steps in your development. Every delay or difficulty is an opportunity to learn, strengthen your resolve, and prepare for what's ahead. It's like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's grown. Instead, you nurture it, knowing that with time and care, it will blossom. Similarly, your efforts need time to mature, and patience helps you stay committed through the waiting period. Persistence is the engine that drives you through adversity and repetition. It's the refusal to quit when things get tough. Everyone faces obstacles, but the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their willingness to keep going. Persistence is showing up day after day, putting in the work, and refusing to be defeated by setbacks. It's the grit that carries you when motivation fades and external circumstances seem unfavorable. Persistence also means being flexible and adaptable. Sometimes your original plan may not work, but persistent individuals are willing to adjust their approach while maintaining their ultimate goal. They don't abandon their dreams. They find new paths and solutions. This combination of steadfastness and adaptability creates unstoppable momentum. Another key to persistence is maintaining a positive attitude. Optimism fuels resilience because it keeps your mind focused on possibilities rather than problems. When you face rejection, failure, or criticism, a positive mindset helps you interpret these experiences as feedback rather than final judgments. This mental framing keeps you motivated to try again, improve, and grow. Patience and persistence work hand in hand. Patience provides the calm endurance during the slow seasons, while persistence provides the relentless drive to push through obstacles. Together, they enable you to maintain long-term focus without burning out or losing hope. This is especially important in a culture that glorifies quick success, where people often give up too soon when results don't come immediately. It's also important to remember that patience and persistence are habits that can be developed. Like any skill, the more you practice enduring difficulties and continuing your efforts, the stronger these traits become. Over time, this habit of persistence builds confidence in your ability to overcome challenges, creating a positive cycle of growth and achievement. History is filled with examples of people who achieved greatness, not because they were the most talented or fortunate, but because they refused to quit. Thomas Edison, after thousands of failed experiments, eventually invented the light bulb. Oprah Winfrey overcame countless obstacles to become a media mogul. These stories remind us that persistence often determines who reaches the finish line. In practical terms, patience and persistence means setting realistic expectations and pacing yourself for the long haul. It means recognizing that setbacks are normal and temporary, not reasons to abandon your efforts. It means celebrating small victories along the way, using them as fuel to maintain your resolve. In essence, patience and persistence are the guardians of your dreams. They keep you anchored when the journey gets tough and ensure that you continue moving forward. When combined with purpose, focus, and action, these qualities transform aspirations into achievements. The secret to lasting success is not just how fast you move, but how long you endure and how steadfastly you pursue your goals despite the challenges. This enduring spirit will carry you through storms and setbacks until you reach the success you deserve. When you look at the journey towards success, it's clear that patience and persistence are not just virtues. They're necessities. They're the steady hands that guide you through the storms, the quiet strength that keeps you moving when the path is steep and the results seem distant. Remember, wealth and achievement don't come to those who rush or quit easily. They come to those who endure, who believe in their vision, and who refuse to give up no matter the obstacles. Cultivate patience, embrace persistence, and watch how your unwavering commitment transforms your dreams into reality. Because in the end, success belongs to the patient and the persistent, those who understand that the greatest rewards come to those who stay the course.